how's everybody doing today? I am heading to Dave's Muffler Shop in Durand. I'm going to have them remove my Resonator. Something I've been contemplating ever since I got them to install my thrush welded mufflers. And to be honest, it's been an itch that I've had ever since. And all the videos that I've watched, all the advice, worried about if it's going to change the sound too much, worried about if, there's going to be any sort of popping, rasping, anything else like that, which is really common on, this 3800 any six-cylinder. The main thing is that, quite obviously, I'm not going to be sitting in my driveway revving it up 100 times and sitting there listening to it. I mean, as much as I love the sound of the LS4, that's not something that I'm going to be doing. And that's mainly where the Resonator really takes care of any sound issues. And most people don't sit around and just rev their motor. I mean, yeah, it's cool once in a while, you're showing off to your friends and so on. And the one thing that people hate is when you get that popping and that awful sound that comes with it. But that's mainly for 6 and 4 cylinders. V8s, I mean, how many years did we have V8s? I mean, since the 50s, and people rev them up all the time, and there were no resonators back then. I mean, you just basically had a muffler with a pipe going to the manifolds, and that's it. So people didn't complain about, oh my god, this sounds horrible, we need to put a resonator on here to make it sound great. Basically, a resonator is another muffler. And when I had the thrush welded mufflers put on, I was worried that it would be way too loud, that I would, regret it, because all I would hear is drone inside, and I'd be at cruising and vibrating my ears to death. That has not been the case at all. So I have decided that I'm going to go ahead and remove the resonator. It's based on what I've read, based on what I've watched, it's not going to make a huge difference. I don't know what that guy is doing, nodding to everybody. Anyway, it's not going to make a huge difference. It's not like I'm going to be super annoyed with it. A lot of guys remove their resonator. Now, there's a video on YouTube where somebody actually removes only the resonator and they keep the stock GXP exhaust, and that actually does kind of sound like crap in my opinion, but I think that's more to do with the tuning of the exhaust. You got to keep in mind that the engineers, when they designed the LS4, they had to tune the exhaust mainly for displacement on demand. So it's a specially tuned exhaust. It's not tuned performance-wise. It's tuned for the displacement on demand so that it's not annoying, basically. So when you cut just the resonator off, you're removing some of that tuning. And I honestly don't run displacement on demand. It's not something that I want. I think it hurts more than helps. The couple of bucks a week that you save when you install it or when you run it does not outweigh the downsides to it, mainly wearing out your motor quicker, wearing out other pieces. I mean, it's a good theory. Save gas mileage. Yeah, okay, if you want to save gas mileage the conventional way, just don't have your foot on it all the time. And that's just how I feel about it. It's something that I don't want to be involved with anymore. Now, of course, when I take my car to the dealer for warranty work, I'm going to have to plug the oil sensor back in so that I don't have, them saying, well, because of this, we're not going to repair this. It's obvious you've been tampering with this. Even though quite literally all I did was unplug the top end oil pressure sensor which right now, as I'm driving, the motor is reading 0 oil pressure, and it's still working just fine. But anyway, the plan is to get it tuned out eventually. After my warranty expires, I understand that you can reflash a stock firmware on there, and that's fine, but I don't want to take any chances. My warranty is up in about 3 months, so that at that point in time, then I'll start investing in tunes and so on. I always hate it when somebody goes to pass a truck, a semi-truck, and they are doing just the speed limit. Semi-trucks here, at least in the state of Michigan, their speed limit is 60. That's as far as they can go. Okay? So when you have somebody doing 70 in the right-hand lane, where the semi-trucks are required to be unless passing, coming up doing 70, which is exactly what this person up here is doing, and they go to pass a semi-truck, they're essentially slowing down the entire lane until they pass that semi. And passing a semi doing about 10 faster than the semi's doing, it's going to take a little while before you get around that semi. And most of the semis here drive 62 to 64 miles per hour. So it takes even longer to get around them. See, now that those two trucks, those Consumers Energy trucks, got over, now speed is starting to pick back up. So anyways, it's no, I've been really thinking about getting this the Resonator removed for quite a while, and this guy up here is really hauling ass. But so yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video off. To be honest, I forgot which exit to take from there. I know how to get to the muffler shop, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off now so that I can get my OK Google to load me up the map. All hands-free, don't worry. All I have to do is reach around and hit a button, and then I get Google. So, all right, guys. Well, so you hear the exhaust now. And you've heard the exhaust for the past, what, 9 months with just the thrush welded. So I will get a before and after of removing the resonator. So stay tuned.